It changed how I implemented the juice box process. I've notoriously been one of those agents who's always tried to find the shortcut or to fit the square peg into the round hole. And one of the things that completely changed after you and I talked, and I literally hung up a sign in my office now that says get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I made it my mission to really hone in when talking to a client on figuring out what the problem is. It goes back to, the juice box mantra of people don't buy things that make sense. They buy solutions to real problems that they're fully aware of and have an intense desire to solve. So I purposefully now, in my initial qualifying call, when I close that call, scheduling the next Zoom meeting with them, tell them exactly what we're going to do on that call is dig into their numbers. I'm going to show them their forecaster. And the whole point of that call is to become crystal clear on how I can best serve them. What is the problem we're trying to solve? Where is the gap that we can address or fix? How can I help you? And that has completely changed my business from before, when I would schedule the Zoom call and just go straight into, here's a great idea, let me show you a presentation and try to close you with exciting slides. Because now when they come to the slideshow on my second Zoom meeting, they're fully aware of the problem. And before I even open the slideshow, I lay an agenda out and say, last week we talked about X, Y, and Z in your forecaster. So what I'm going to talk about in your solution in this presentation is going to address X, Y, and Z. And without a doubt, that helped me close the client. I had one of my best Zoom calls ever with last night. It was the first time somebody said to me, I asked them, at 70 years old, you wake up and you walk into the First Republic Bank of Rodney, and you've now got roughly over $300,000 of tax-free money available to you that you can draw for income or use to invest. How would that make you feel, Rodney? He went, woo! That was the best reaction I ever got. So Rodney is now a client. In a year and a half, we'll be moving his 401k money into a BCA, hopefully. It's about $450,000 annuity. So one of the things that I've gotten very good at is if someone is not in a position to do an annuity right now, either because they're not 59 and a half, the assets aren't movable, I make sure I find a way to get them as a client now so that we have an excuse to continue talking every 6 months, every year. So when they are able to move that money into an annuity, they've already built rapport and trust within me. And now we can move that asset as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, you got to do whatever you can to turn them into a client, because when they transact, it means they trust.
The totals for October for Kevin, I think it was about $95,000 in IUL and $247,000 in annuity. It was Kevin's best month ever.